Assalamu alaikum, dear students. It is 12th of June 2021, Saturday. It's class 12th, subject education. Dear students, as you know, we have taken the third unit of your syllabus education. And in this third unit, we have discussed some of the important points, some of the important topics, rather, we can see. We have discussed Tenedale Visco, role of that missionary school in the development of education in Jammu and Kashmir. We have discussed Anjuman Nusratul Islam's role in the development of education in Jammu and Kashmir. And we have discussed the reports, the committee reports that were appointed by the rulers of the time to suggest measures so that the education sector in Jammu and Kashmir can be improved, can be developed as per the needs and aspirations of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. The students, today, continuing the chain, today we have decided to discuss one more important report, which is also a historical report in the history of education in Jammu and Kashmir. It is A.A.Kazmi Report. The students' Sharp Committee Report 1916 and K.G. Saiden Report 1939 have been discussed in detail. Dear students, these committee reports played a significant role in modernizing the education sector of Jammu and Kashmir. Dear students, these reports are historical. These reports greatly helped in the effective expansion of education in Jammu and Kashmir. The appointment of these committees was an attempt to keenly and seriously examine the drawbacks, the limitations, hurdles that hampered the smooth transfer of knowledge to young generation. Dear students, and it was tried to overcome or to remove the hurdles, the bottlenecks in the way of development of education sector in Jammu and Kashmir. The students, continuing the effort, the government of Jammu and Kashmir under Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed Abdullah, then Prime Minister, now Chief Minister, appointed a committee of 11 members under the chairmanship of A.A.Kazmi, who was the then Director of Education in Jammu and Kashmir. Dear students, after independence, the Prime Minister of Jammu and Kashmir state, now called Chief Minister, and state now called UT, Shri Sheikh Mohammed Abdullah appointed a committee of 11 members under the chairmanship of Mr. A.A.Kazmi, the then Director of Education. Dear students, the function of the constituted committee started on 18th August 1950. With the address of the Prime Minister, and the committee submitted its report on the 4th December 1950. The students, the major recommendations of the committee of A.A.Kazmi committee were very appropriate, were need-based, were the need of the hour, we can see. according to the situation prevalent in those times. The committee examined the education sector in Jammu and Kashmir. Its pros and cons were discussed. Thoroughly, deliberations were made, meetings were held, and the committee prepared its report as per the aspirations, needs, and requirements of the education sector in Jammu and Kashmir. Dear students, the major recommendations of the committee are: number first is the committee approved that the kindergarten system should be given the importance. The first and foremost recommendation of this committee was that kindergarten schools should be opened in Jammu and Kashmir in good number. Kindergarten classes should be started in every school. The committee pointed out that the state had already started 40 kindergarten schools. As at the time of constitution of this committee, 40 kindergarten schools were already established. Among those 40 kindergarten schools, 20 were in Jammu and 20 were in Kashmir. The committee was of the opinion that the state should organize such schools on the already adopted lines in large numbers as far as possible, keeping in view the special requirement of the locality. The duration of the kindergarten should be of 2 years with co-educational classes. Co-education means girls and boys together. Dear students, this committee also recommended the appointment of the female teachers at this stage. In kindergarten schools, preferably female teachers should be appointed. It was the recommendation of this A.A.Kazmi committee. Dear students, the committee was of the opinion that the present primary school are not uniformly good. In many cases, it is sheer wastage of human material, money, and time. A concerted drive to make the primary stage effective would involve reorientation of teachers. So the committee was of the view that the teachers working in primary schools are not well trained, are not well qualified. They should be given trainings. They should be prepared to handle this delicate stage where children have to be educated with much care. So the committee observed that teaching in this ordinary way is the wastage of human material, human resources, it is the wastage of money, it is the wastage of time. So reorientation of teachers is must, so that the aim and objective of primary education at primary stage can be achieved. The students, the committee was of the opinion that there should be 7 years duration for the primary stage. The primary stage should be of 7 years duration. The age at which the primary stage should start can be 5 plus in urban areas and 6 plus in rural areas. Children in urban areas should be admitted to the schools at 5 plus age, and in rural areas the age for admission should be 6 plus. The courses would take the child to the age of 12 plus. The course would take the child to the age of 12 plus. That means when the child completes this primary stage, his age should be 12 plus. Dear students, this committee also recommended that craft and handwork should be made an integral part of the primary stage curriculum. The crafts should be selected by individual schools, taking into consideration the education needs and value of the craft concerned. Dear students, so the craft education, the craft and handwork was also recommended by this committee to be started at primary stage. Making education free at all stages was the recommendation of this committee also, that there should be free education for children at all stages. Dear students, this was A.A.Kazmi Report. The main points we have discussed, the main recommendations we have discussed. It is all for today. Tomorrow, inshallah, I will be with you again with some other topic. Till then, bye. Assalamu alaikum.